I have one.
Okay.
You picked your major before you signed up, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, and this is for the coach too, do you know, do any of these universities give the football players a break as far as turning in homework or tests or anything during the football season?
No, the support system's phenomenal at the big schools, especially Division I, Division II schools. Support system's awesome.
I can have a tutor. Like I knew I wanted to go into business, so that helped me like cut down my list. And then like I can have a tutor for every class, and all of the professors are very lenient. Like in the fall when we're traveling, they'll extend deadlines and stuff like that. The big thing is you just have to go talk to them, and they understand. Especially like with football, since like you're the biggest money earning sport a lot of the time, that they'll care a little bit more.
I wouldn't fall for that. I wouldn't go with that as much. I don't. I mean. That's what you were told. What's up, Coach Patton?
Yeah, when I get in on Monday.
You're going to start your own college somewhere.
All right, we're going to move on here because we're getting moved. But thank you. All right. So recruiting services, kind of touched on that a little bit. Create your own recruiting service. All right, save yourself $3 grand, save yourself $4 grand, unless you just have the money to let it rip and then let it rip. Go ahead, that's completely up to you. College visits, we talked about this a little bit. Can you change that, please? College visits, official, unofficial. Official, you're allowed 5 if you're at the Division II, Division I level. 5 official visits. Unofficial, you can take as many as you want. You just set them up through the college, the university, myself, usually helps out a bunch. We hit 5 of our players, or 4 or 5 of our players hit Bowling Green in Toledo last week. So, you know, that was set up, and in one institution they saw every coach for the most part, and it was a great visit. The other institution saw a couple coaches, and it was just a very average visit. But you still were able to see the campus and just see what goes on. Seniors, this is more for in-season. You're allowed to miss a Saturday lift film session to attend a college visit. I don't want to miss 5 and 6 of them. You can miss 1, maybe 2, because we're in season and it's an important day. If it's an area school, usually we try to work with you as much as we can. If it's one where you have to fly to or go out of state or drive a long way, then we'll try to work with you the best we can. But basically, you have to communicate with me. If you don't clear with me and you just decide to leave on a Saturday, which doesn't happen, it hasn't happened in 2 years, but I don't know, then we'll have problems with a quarter suspension, a half a game suspension, a full game suspension, and so on. Underclassmen are not granted this opportunity. Again, unless it's cleared by me, it's usually to go see their brother or sister or whoever, and mom and dad are lying. Again, these are things that I stand on tables for. This was in last week's, 2 weeks ago's meeting. Talk about the kid's character, talk about how to truly present yourself. We talk about all these things. I talk about all of this with colleges. I mean, we've had, I don't even know how many colleges came through this season. Many, 50 plus, easy. Okay, easy. And through that, these are things that I talk about. I talk about him as a person first, and then I talk about his play, because the tape will sell. And I can talk about your son as much as possible, but they're still going to slide that DVD in there, and they're still going to play it. And they'll say, no, you're full of it, Coach Kastner. Or, yeah, you got a player. You got a player here. And it's a long process. Josh Dooley's going to Miami. Man, he didn't get his offer all through winter, going into spring. He finally got that first offer. And then all of a sudden, here came 5, 7, 8 more offers. Okay? Joe was lucky enough, he was in the teens where he had offers, but you get 1 or 2 and usually they help out. There's no doubt. But it's a long process, it's a stressful process if you make it stressful, but it does work its way out if your son loves college, if he loves football, not college football, not high school football, yes.
I think you bring up a good point, Brian, in regards to the offers. Just in experience that I've had with my daughter, when you get that first offer, don't be afraid to let those other people who have shown interest in you that you have that offer.
Yeah.
Because then they will start,
Yeah.
it starts the ball rolling,
Yes.
a little bit quicker. So you don't be shy about that.
They don't truly, it's a great point, they don't truly know your son until you start marketing him even more than what he is. Like, Randy gets an offer from Air Force. Well, I send out a text to all my coaches on my phone, hey, Randy Anderson got an offer from Air Force Academy. Oh, ding, 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 here they come, all right. Corey Quallen got offered by Miami on top of Indiana State, on top of a couple other schools, and now offers are coming through, OU. That's a great point, okay? So an email or a phone call from your son, just relaying a message to each recruiting coordinator or each coach from the institution, hey, I got an offer, do it. Roll, let it roll and go. I try to get as many as I can through my phone. I'll be around to check him out, or I'll be in to see him. Wow, you got an offer? They have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Corey Quallens, Daryl Johnsons, those players. There's stacks. If you go into a college office, you'll see stacks of DVDs. Now, what's really I don't know if it helps them out as much. Now you email everything. You email the highlight tape, or they get on YouTube, or they get on Sky Ohio. Now they're just filtering through emails, and you know how that gets. If you just filter through it, you check the guy out, and it doesn't pop because you did the film wrong. That's why follow through is very important. Next one, again, these are just words I talked about. This was on last week's. I really believe that bottom quote, as far as you reap the harvest of the seeds you plant. I think that's the main reason why OU's coming. From the day one when I met Coach Leitner, he's going to bring their staff and maybe, another 20 colleges out there on Thursday. That are going to see citywide kids on top of Mason kids. And we've created that relationship that's really helped. Expectations. Am I going to say this about your son to the college recruiter? I will never, ever, and I could say this, be dishonest or not loyal to a college recruiter. My word is everything to me, and it's all I have. I've had a situation, year one, sent a kid out to a college. I told him, academics is an issue. And they were fully aware of it, obviously, because the numbers tell itself. But on top of that, I said, you better stay on him, because I don't know if he's going to make it. He didn't make it. He missed out on his full ride. Now he's at a JUCO school. Okay? I felt good about that. I could have told him he's the best kid in the world. He does everything I ask him to do. I stand on the table for him. I don't BS coaches. I think the college coaches really honor that, and they appreciate that. So I'm very honest. But again, is your son the first one to practice? Is he first class appearance? Is he shaking the college coach's hands, looking him in the eye? I have articles. Over here from just research and just continually trying to make myself better. And these are different magazines that your kid has access to. And there's one in here who, Nick Saban, he's something special. I'm going to tell you. He's something special. He talks about handshake, eye contact, posture, and then extra points about even not chewing gum. Making sure you stay in line with the recruiter's eyes the whole time. Do not slouch down in your chair. Make sure you represent yourself with good clothing every day at school. My first recruiting season, I'll never forget it. Kids at OU now, he had pajamas on, some old moccasins, and good athlete, really good athlete. And Dayton came in and Butler came in and loved him. Horrible. It was horrible, horrible, horrible to visit. And man, when that college coach left, I got in to him and I said, I'll never bring you down again. I'll never ask to be, pulled out of class or whatever it is, if you don't clean up your act. I won't do it. I'm not going to reach out and try to sell someone like that. That doesn't mean you got to come in a three-piece suit and tux. You just got to look like a young man that has some purpose. While I'm talking about pulling out of class, we don't pull any kids out of class unless the teacher allows it. So when I pull a kid out of class, a student, I don't pull it out. I do it through the guidance office, and Missy will go, yes. Missy Courts will go, yes. I can send 2 passes. If they're not taking a test or not going through instruction time or period, coach doesn't want them, teacher doesn't want them, they know not to let them out. If worst case scenario, have them come at the very end, the last 3 minutes of class, the last 5 minutes of class. Some teachers go bell to bell. And Coach Matula is bell to bell. I mean, he's teaching science, getting after it every day, dissecting pigs and dissecting worms and whatever else. But again, it's very important to understand that. So, keep going, go to the next one, expectations. That's a recruiting process. These are guys that have went on and played. Like I said, we had 6 last year, and now this year we have 8 to 9. Important items for them is at the bottom. Counselor, counselor, counselor. Next slide, and then out of here. All right, questions. We got about 10 minutes here. Yes?
The information that's coming in, is that who you make your unofficial visits to, or is that to like a dream like in Joe? I mean, does anybody send you information, make unofficial visits to, as long as they're local, or do you?
You got to create that list.